So now a question that kind of feeds into these previous videos is, call it the discipline area. So, one thing that's really tough as an entrepreneur and a small business owner is that you are wearing a lot of hats. It's really difficult. You find that, things consume your time. Maybe it's lack of budget, maybe it's lack of profitability to not hire that out where it would free you up. And so you find yourself managing a lot of roles and hats, and it's a lot of time. And, the reality is that, there's an expense, right? Either way, either there's an expense to hire someone, or if you're performing it, it's at expense of your time, maybe health, maybe stress level, and all the above. For those that are familiar, I had a stroke a year and a half ago. And again, as you look at, the reality of construction, the stress, the long hours, right? In our case, these summers where it's really hot outside, personal health is really tough to balance, all these different aspects. And what I realized is that, from a discipline side, that whether it was nutrition or sleep or exercise, there were elements of that work-life balance that is never balanced, but there's cups that we have to fill. And I had certain cups that got no fill, right? And being a father with 6 kids and having time for them and their needs, especially as, they're in high school and college and junior high and elementary and have different needs in sports. And so, what I look from a disciplinary level is, again, this kind of goes back to understanding my calendar and more importantly, that delegation I spoke about is being able to focus the value. What's the value for me at this point in my life, right? And I value time more than I do money or power or fame or whatever it is. And so if the value is time, then are the resources that are going to allow that, right? And maybe the take home isn't as much, but hiring the right people that can take that off my plate is going to free up time, which will allow me now to maybe get the exercise I needed to make sure that, I'm going to the cardiologist and making sure all's good from a health perspective. Because at the end of the day, if I'm not healthy, there's a lot of people that rely on AFT. So what does that look from a work-life balance for our work family and my personal family? Father of young kids. And so that has allowed me to have time to exercise. It has allowed time to focus on nutrition, allowed time to maybe have the flexibility to pursue some unique business development options that we have at AFT by having the right people and investing in them, which is a cost, but the cost value of investing in good people that can handle these things and be delegated frees up my calendar, which frees up time. And so it's really understanding what your priority is. And, at a young age, the reality is you feel you're invincible. In my 20s, I felt I was invincible. I have to sleep a lot. I could play basketball morning 5 a.m., play basketball at 9 at night, I'm fine. Like right now, if I play basketball, I'm taking 2 days off. Like, your body tends to change. And so you have to listen to that and realize we're not invincible like we think we are when we're in our 20s, and you have to start formatting, right? And it's always these levels of, call it wisdom, and again, networking with a lot of successful people and understanding what that looks like, from investing in SOPs and procedures to how on the back end that can pay dividends, for the years down the road. Thank you.